Hey everybody, this is Brad, and I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about the rumor that dropped what was it, this morning, or maybe around dinner time? Little bit after morning time. But, rumor has it, going around the web, that Nintendo is working on either remakes or remasters of 3D Mario platformers. And that's to come to the Switch, and that's crazy to think about. One specifically I saw mentioned or at least it's part of the rumor, is Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, which I would assume would also, I didn't see anybody specifically say Mario Galaxy 2 was in there, but I figured it'll be in there too. It's the only one of them that actually has a sequel. But anyway, that's crazy. On top of the rumor that's also out there about there's a new Paper Mario game coming this year, and that what was the other one? Oh, the port, Switch port for Super Mario 3D World as a deluxe edition with more levels. That's a lot of Mario. Man, I'm excited. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but I think there's reason to be excited, and then but also at the same time, take everything with a grain of salt. But anyway, so what people are saying is this is going to be sort of like a new a Super Mario All-Stars 2 sort of deal. Now, for those of you who remember, Super Mario All-Stars, the original one, was a set of Super Nintendo remakes of the first of all of the Super Mario Brothers games from the NES. So Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, and then Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, which is just the actual real sequel from Japan. Those were remade with higher quality graphics, if you want to call 2D sprites higher quality graphics. They were remade for the SNES in one cartridge, and then there was another cartridge, there was another release of Super Mario All-Stars that also had Super Mario World in it. So you had 5 games on one cartridge. So that was a big deal. I played that game a lot, and apparently it was popular enough that they ported that to the original version of All-Stars to the Wii. So I don't know what to really think about it, as far as like what the old NES games would be with this collection, because nobody really knows exactly what it is, beside the rumor saying it's going to be the 3D Mario platformers. But my question is, do you think, could it be possible that maybe some of the older, Super Mario Brothers games might be in on this in some way? Maybe not with this release particularly. I don't know what to think about it, because we already have, the NES Mini and the Super NES Minis out, and both of those consoles are available on the Nintendo Switch Online. So unless we're looking at a sort of deal where I would like to see if those games are part of this in some way, or if is it their own separate thing. I'd like to see them remade in the style of New Super Mario Brothers, where it's a 2D platformer with 3D figures, but I want them to be exactly like the old games. Maybe that, but part of me feels like that takes away from the special, from what makes, Mario Maker special right now, is that is your 2D scroller Mario. And that game's not done yet. There's supposed to still be more DLC coming from Mario Maker 2. So I don't know if they would do that. It would be straight up nostalgia, I don't know if anybody's actually asking for that. And I'm not really asking for it either, but I think it would be cool to see. But something I would like to see out of this, or not out of this specifically, but I haven't seen anybody talk about it, is I know everybody's excited for Super Mario 3D World to get ported, and I would play it again, especially if they add more levels. But I want to see Mario 3D Land come to the Switch. That was a better game in my opinion. I enjoyed it a lot more than I enjoyed Super Mario 3D World. I didn't hate 3D World, I don't even dislike it. I just think that Super Mario 3D Land is a better game. And I would love to see that game ported to the Switch, even if it's just, you know, as an online only thing. Maybe we'll get that this year. I hope so. And of course, you know, the whole deal with Paper Mario. The big deal on the Paper Mario rumor is that it's supposed to be going back to the classic Paper Mario style, the turn-based battle system, versus, you know, the one that they adopted for Super Paper Mario, which I never played that game. I watched my brother play it, and it didn't look bad, but I just thought that, you know, with Paper Mario sort of being like a spiritual successor to Super Mario RPG was a cool thing. Even though I've never played Super Mario RPG, I've seen people play it, and it looks fun. I plan to start that. I plan to play that for the channel at some point. But, you know, I like that Paper Mario had a different playstyle. Because it allows Mario to be different, to play differently. So that's what I like about Mario. There's so many different Mario games, and they all play differently. And it's just... Maybe I'm trying to find the right words here, but anyway, I'm very happy if they do go back to the traditional Paper Mario style game. I'll jump on that in a heartbeat. Supposedly that rumor's been around for a little while, from what I understand. None of this has any none of this is confirmed. It's just all rumor. But once that rumor hit the internet today, a lot of places started reporting that they had heard similar things. So I'm hopeful. Now, I know some people right away were kind of like, that's not really... Does it sound like something Nintendo would do? I don't know. To release 4 of their biggest games ever at one time in a remake or remaster thing, I don't know. I mean, I know they've done this before. Wind Waker got a Wii U HD port. Twilight Princess got the same deal there. Link's Awakening, that just came out on the Switch, is a remake of a Game Boy game. Or was it Game Boy Color game? Yeah. It's a Game Boy game. I got the thing right here in front of me. Maybe I should look at it. But, you know, all that stuff, and as far as Zelda goes, again, the GameCube also had a Zelda collection that came with the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, also with a demo of Wind Waker. So Nintendo does do some of these collection things. They even did a Kirby collection on the Wii. I don't remember what all was on there, but I do remember looking at one not that long ago because it was used and I thought about buying it, but I didn't. But there's also a Kirby collection out there. So it's not unheard of for Nintendo to do collections. And, you know, if a collection with Mario 64, Sunshine, and the 2 Galaxy games is gonna sell forever. Somebody said that on Twitter, and I agree with that. People would not stop buying that game or playing it. It's just straight money. So I think that there's a good chance, like the idea that it's being a remaster or remakes doesn't make it any less, you know, likely. I mean, Ocarina of Time also got remade, and Majora's Mask got remade for the 3DS. So, these things have happened. Now, I don't know, how would these games look? Would you want them to remaster Super Mario 64? Like, or remake it? And what does that mean? I mean, I think most people would be, my understanding from what I've seen is that the Mario Galaxy games, just HD ports. Same probably with GameCube. There's some control mechanics they would have to change for Sunshine, but I think they could make it work. It wouldn't be that hard. But visually, would you want an updated Super Mario 64? Because I don't know that I would want that. I don't know that I would want to play Mario 64 with modern graphics. It would be fun, but I like I know that some people, you know, they don't like dated tech or gaming graphics. there's an appeal there to me. I like blocky Mario. I like how that game looks because I like that it represents the time period that it's from. Like, I love the fact that in Mario Odyssey, one of the costumes is Mario 64 appearance in his blocky form. It's not the exact same thing, they just tailored it to look that way, but even so, I like looking at Mario in that blocky form when I play this game. So, I don't know that I would want them to change that, but if they did, I'd still play it. And you know what happens with these games? They add stuff usually, so I don't know what to think on that front. So if they remake 64, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. You know, if it's just straight up an HD, deal, that's fine. And I know that Super Mario 64 did get like a DS version that changed a lot of the stuff. Like, you can play as Yoshi, Luigi, and Wario, and they each control differently. So, I played that one a little bit. Don't like it that much. Same thing as like some of the other things. I don't hate it. Just prefer the original. So, there's something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah. In the event that the original Mario Brothers game, the competitive, player versus player thing, I would like to see them take that game and do something similar to what they did with Tetris and make it online based and let it be a competitive thing. I think that would be fun. Like, you get matched up with people online and you play against each other. Like, you can make the different characters playable. You want to play Mario, you want to play Luigi, you want to play Toadette, Peach, Daisy, Wario, Waluigi, just anybody where it makes sense, and the size of the characters won't, be too much of an issue. But, I would like to see that. Add different level designs, make the levels a little bigger. Maybe add some different challenge goals. That would be cool. But I just wanted to throw that out there. So, one last thing I want to talk about as I'm looking through these images that I've saved for the video, is could Nintendo's recent takedown of people making their own fan-made games from the PS4 game engine Dreams? That was a big deal, like, what was it, a week or two ago, where Nintendo had requested that Sony take down any games featuring Nintendo assets. And there were a few games, people were making their own Mario games, and I think maybe a few Zelda things. There was one really good looking Mario game. I never got a chance to play it. I don't have a PS4, but it looked really cool. It looked like a lot of work went into it, but Nintendo went after these games. Could that be tied to this? Could maybe Nintendo be thinking like, if we're fixing to come out with all of these, 3D platformer remakes, maybe we don't want those, potentially scaring away buyers who would just prefer some knockoff that they can play for free? And I think that's silly. I think that's a silly stance. There's no way any fan-made Mario game is going to ever replace a real one to me. Like, even the coolest looking, like, I saw, there was a game I think got taken down that somebody had made. It was like a traditional 2D Mario game, but it was done in the style of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show cartoon. With even like spaghetti in the background, because they always talked about lasagna and stuff like that in the cartoon. Which is still a great show. The live action portions make that show worth sitting through. Just go, if you have never watched Super Mario Brothers Super Show, go watch it just for the live action stuff with Danny Wells and Captain Lou Albano. Go watch that stuff. It's funny. Some of it's really bad, but it's still funny in how bad it is. But anyway, maybe the takedown of the stuff in Dreams could be tied to this. That's sort of, that's just speculation. But it does seem weird that, not long after that happened, that this rumor is now out there. So, we'll see. That's all supposed to come out at some point this year, so, to go along with, for Mario's 35th anniversary, which is also supposed to include information about Super Nintendo World, a big theme park, which is really cool. I've got to go to that. The movie that's coming, the Mario movie that's coming. I haven't seen anything about that. I hope it's good. Expectations are not high, but maybe it'll be okay. But this is an exciting time for Mario fans. If even just one of the rumors is true, even if just the Galaxy games get ported, that's still cool. Even if like one of the things I want to see happen regarding Mario 64 is either a Nintendo 64 Mini come out, or they add the 64 to Nintendo Online, Nintendo Switch Online. And, because they've already got the NES and the Super NES, put the N64 on there, please. Because there's a bunch of games you can do that. Make a deal with Microsoft. Get Banjo and Kazooie on there. Come on. You know you want to. Especially on that, especially get Banjo and Kazooie on a mini mini N64. If that happens, you've got to do that. But, anyway, I think I've covered everything I want to cover. Aside of maybe just throwing out there the possibility of a new Super Mario RPG game. I don't know what exactly we should be looking I don't know what to expect, and what I should say is too much to expect. But hopefully this rumor is at least partially true. I figure definitely of what we could say is definitely going to happen is the Mario 3D World port coming. That's one of only 4 games that's been left to be ported from the Wii U to the Switch at this point, maybe even 3. I know Wonderful 101's supposed to be getting a Switch port. Where's Pikmin? I mean, this is off topic, but where's Pikmin at? Unless they're gonna do a Pikmin set at some point, but that's off topic. That's another topic for another day. But anyway, I think I went over everything. Hey, what do you think? What do you want from this release? Let me know. Leave a comment. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. But, yeah, this is cool. I hope it's true. Hopefully we'll get some, a confirmation of some sort, or dismissal hopefully soon. Because I hate when rumors get out there and then the people who could tell you something, I would hate for this to be just out there for 3 months and then Nintendo say, nah, that was fake. That just seems wrong. But anyway, hope you enjoyed watching. Give me your thoughts, and we'll see you later.